Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Higurashi. After some Mion and fake Mion scenes, we're gonna continue. I might have explained this before, but phys ed at our school is really just an exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep.
よくは知らないけど、教育委員会とかに教育指導要項とかあるだろ。何歳ならこれくらいの運動能力がなければいけないみたいなさ。
圭一さんが何を言ってるのか難しくてさっぱりですわよ。先生の授業の進め方のルールみたいなものなの。
は
都会の軟弱な連中にはそういうのは必要だろうけどさ、田舎育ちのうちらが身体能力で劣ると思う？
僕たちは圭一が思ってるよりも運動神経はいいのです。
Come to think of it, they might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there's a good chance I'd finish dead last if I didn't start off well. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash isn't a club activity.
ではそういうことで。
But that kind of sounds like a club activity kind of thing.
実に素敵に眠い。睡眠時間の補給をさせてもらうぜ。空腹絶頂の4次元目。今寝ずにいつ寝るよ。
As I began to sprawl out on top of a pipe, Mion grabbed me by the collar.
ちっちっち、まさかおとなしく眠らせてもらえると思ってる？
その顔で言われたら、おとなしく寝る方が勇気がいりそうだ。
Good grief. Which means, is it going to start again?
さて、このまま井戸端会議でチャイムを待つなんて、熱き血潮のたぎった私たちには無理だよね。部活タイム、行ってみよっか。
し、案の定来やがったな。今日のゲームはなんだ？
Now that this is happening, taking a nap is impossible. Not just that, with this sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as mincemeat. I have to get my brain into gear.
レナはそれより今日の罰ゲームは何かなの方が。
Is it the 100-meter dash?
レナは分かってるね。今日もとびっきりのを用意してるよ。
She began to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand spinning flourish. But before she could do that,
ごめんなさいです。僕はちょっとやりたいことがありますです。
of all people, it was Rika-chan announcing her non-participation. Even rare events to eventually occur. Losing her timing, Mion spun like a top as she tumbled to the ground.
あれれれれれれれ、何？どうしたの？今日は調子悪いの？
あ、そうか。みーちゃん、綿流しの練習だよ。
Alright, that event
そうで
again.
すわよ。
That's right.
今度の日曜日ですもの。
Oh, it's close. Excellent, I think things will start to get interesting soon then.
リカは猛特訓中なのですわよ。最近は頑張りすぎてお腕が痛いのです。
そっか、じゃあ仕方ないな。全員揃わないなら仕方ない。今日は各自のんびりしようかね。
ごめんなさいなのです。でも頑張りますですよ。頑張ってね。レナたちも応援してるからね。
When Mion announced that today's club activity was canceled, Rika-chan and Satoko headed off behind the school building. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everyone was talking about.
一体何なんだ？リカちゃんは何か大会前とかで。
Oh, he doesn't know about the club, or not the club event, but the festival.
ケイちゃん家には回覧板とか行ってない？書いてなかった？今度の日曜に綿流しのお祭りがあるって。
いや、 お祭りの話は前にミオンたちからも聞いたけどさ、確かリカちゃんお祭りの実行委員なんだよな。それと関係あるのか？
リカちゃんは綿流しの巫女さんだから奉納の演舞をすることになっててね。その練習なの。
Huh? Come to think of it, I have a feeling Mom did say something about it during dinner the other day. So Rika-chan plays the part of a shrine maiden?
なるほどな。確か布団とかドテラの供養だって言ってたよな。じゃああれか、演舞か何かで中に入ってる綿を取り出したりするのか？
お、さすがはケイ
Yep,
ちゃん。
we clog up the
さすがいいね。
local ecosystem with vast amounts of cotton in our stream. We do it every year.
綿流しはね、名前の通り綿を流すんだよ。
祭壇にもお布団を積み上げているし、綿流しはね、毎年6月の日曜日に神社でやるお祭りなの。とってもにぎわうんだよ。
Mion and Rinna nodded back at me, looking a bit impressed. It seemed that my observations were on mark. Although, when I first heard about it, I imagined piling futons up in the swamp. But that'd block the river, and it'd be a real pain to clean up after.
それにしてもご先祖様とか戦没者とか針とか包丁とかの供養ってのは聞いたことあるけど、布団の供養ってのは初耳だな。どんな言われがあるんだ？
Just to bring it back, I noticed the needle's there again. I wonder if that has something to do with this whole thing, the reason it was a needle used. Mion tilted her head pensively.
言われなんてほど難しいのはないと思うな。この辺って冬の寒さはかなり厳しいからね。布団とか斑点とかの防寒具を特に大切にしたからじゃないかな。
ああ、なるほどな。つまり冬の間お世話になった布団に感謝しようってわけだ。で、巫女さんが供養をして最後に川に流すわけか。それが綿流しってわけだろ。
Mion and Rinna indicated that I had the correct answer with a round of applause.
でねでね、その供養をする巫女さんの役がリカちゃんなの。
へえ、リカちゃんが巫女なんだ。言われてみればリカちゃんってどことなく神秘的な雰囲気あるよな。
だよね、だよね。リカちゃんの巫女さん姿ってね、はうかわいいんだよ。
It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be cute.
ようやく話が見えてきたぞ。リカちゃんの言う特訓ってのはこの巫女さん役の練習なわけだな。
そういうこと。巫女さんが布団をお祓いする一連のセレモニーを奉納演舞って呼ぶんだけどね。それの練習なんだよ。結構大変なんだな、これが。
巫女さんはね、祭事用の大きな桑を持って演舞をするんだけど、それがね、リカちゃんにはすっごく重いらしいの。
リカちゃんってちっちゃいもんな。その重いクワってどのくらい重いんだ？
かなり重いらしいよ。
That's exactly how heavy it is.
リカちゃんは餅つき用のキネで練習してるくらいだから。
Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Forget about Rika-chan. That'd be rough even for me.
祭事用の神聖なクワだからね。間違って落としちゃったら大変らしいし。
まあ、
They'd have to
年
kill her.
に一度のお務めだからね。
That'd be the only option.
私たちは陰ながら応援するしかないね。大丈夫。去年もちゃんとやり遂げたんだから。
そっか。じゃあさ、せめて応援してやろうぜ。それくらいならいいだろう。
I was rather curious about how exactly she practiced. Mion laughed as she shook her head.
ほっといてあげなよ。ケイちゃんが来たらリカちゃんは可愛くなっちゃうから特訓ができなくなるよ。
I didn't quite understand what Mion was saying.
リカちゃんはね、努力とかそういうのを人に見せるのが好きじゃないの。ね、そっとしておいてあげて。
Even the always cool and aloof Rika-chan has times when she sweats while giving it her all. because she was always so well put together. She didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling.
俺にできるのは成功を祈ることだけってことか。頑張れフルでリカ応援してるから。
Well then, I climbed up onto the pipe and plopped down on my side.
フレリカちゃん、さらに応援の電波を高めるため、これより冷静
Meditative state.
結局寝るわけか。
I heard a punch sound. Did we get, like, knocked unconscious, or was that us falling asleep? I think that was us falling asleep. The lackadaisical noontime ended up giving way to mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much for lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition.
さすがに食いすぎた。午後の授業は答える。
ケイチくん、今日はなんだかすごい食欲だったもんね。
基本的にいつも大食いだけどさ、今日はなんか格別だったね。
昨日は俺昼飯抜きだったろ。そのひもじさが染みついちゃってさ、今度は逆にいくら食っても食欲が底なしっていうか。
わかるよわかるよ。しかしケイちゃんってさ、いつもお弁当きれいに食べるよね。ご飯一粒も残さないっていうか。
食べ物ってのは作ってくれた人に感謝して食べるもんだぜ。残したら苦労して作ってくれた人に失礼だろ。
Hearing that, Mion's eyes momentarily widened in surprise, followed by a cool laugh.
ケイちゃんってさ、ぱっと見ワイルドでいい加減そうなんだけど、結構律儀だよね。しつけがいいというか。
あ、それはレナも思うな。ケイチくんって見かけよりずっと優しい人だよ。
Both of them were probably trying to compliment me, but I had a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all.
そんなことないって。見かけと中身は大違いって、そう言いたいんだよ。
それが褒めてねって言ってんだよ。
こら、園崎さん、前原くん、授業中ですよ。園崎さんはどこまで進みましたか？ノートを持ってきてください。
Startled, Mion vocalized a rather easy to understand utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation, she had stopped working completely.
まあそこそこに。
さっきから全然進んでないじゃないですか。最上級生なんだから、もっとしっかりしないといけませんよ。
That Mion. It looks like she's getting lectured. Poor Mion.
人は見かけによらないっていうことだね。むしろ見かけとは逆が誠かもしれないよ。
面白いこと言うじゃねえか。
Responding to Rena's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze to where Satoko was happily studying together with Rika-chan.
あの生意気盛りのサトコも実は見かけとは逆にすげえ塩らしいってのかよ。
If I went by what Rena literally said, then that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Satoko being meek and gentle like a girl in some fairy tale.
最近はあんな感じだけど、ちょっと前までは違ったんだよ。すごい甘えん坊で、いつもさとこちゃんには内緒ね。
あのサトコが甘えん坊？
For Satoko to play coy, I think that would have to be part of some calculated plot. Even if she was to hide behind someone, I wouldn't think it was because she was attached to them. But since it came up, I tried to imagine a gentle and coytish Satoko. And I imagined nothing.
おいサトコ、
なんですのお兄様。
Satoko smiled cutely and walked towards me. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Satoko took, for some reason I took 3 steps away.
お兄様、なんで逃げますの？
すまん、サトコ。お前が愛想笑いして近づいてくると、何かの罠のような気がするんだよ。
ひどいですわ。お兄様の意地悪。
ごめん。別に悪気があったわけじゃないんだ。
Think about what you did, Keiichi. You monster. The weeping Satoko came closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears. Click. Clank. Huh? A bear trap? My leg was being clamped down on by jagged metal teeth. That's not a trick. Like, she's physically wounding you. That's pretty, rough.
かかりましたわね。続けていきますわよ。
Satoko raised her right up arm triumphantly, and traps began to trigger one after another. Suddenly, the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away. But your leg got torn off because it was still stuck in a bear trap, and there I saw a giant metal ball covered in spikes hurtling towards me. On top of that, in the direction the ball would knock me was a giant guillotine. That's not a trap.
よくわかんないけど、ケイチ君、今すっごく突拍子もない想像してなかった？
いや、別に。全然してないぞ。
Nope.
嘘だ。トゲ付き鉄球に潰されるって顔してたよ。
How could my expression convey what I was thinking like that?
すまん。塩らしいサトコの想像ってのはかなり無理がある。今度体調がいい時に再トライしてみるよ。
Next, I looked over at Rika-chan, who was working diligently on some kanji drills. In contrast to Satoko, her default state was meek and gentle. If Rika-chan came at me saying, "Oni-sama," I'd hug her tightly. I could get used to that.
ケイチ君よだれ。
あ、ごめん。じゃあリカちゃんはどうだよ。あれも見かけによらないってのかよ。
Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika-chan really all sweet? Despite her appearance, she really was quite sly. Sweetly, how do you put it? Evading things deftly?
確かにリカちゃんはただ可愛いだけじゃない気がするな。確かに見かけによらないぞ。
I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but Rina managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes, like she was saying, you shouldn't say something like that.
リカちゃんはきっと大きくなったらね、すっごい美人になって男の人を振り回す小悪魔のような女性になるんじゃないかなって思うんだ。そういうのかっこよくない？
Rina said that lightheartedly, but I, as a man, couldn't laugh at that. The scary part about it was that it felt like it could be true. Noticing my gaze, Rika-chan turned towards me and let loose with an angelic smile. Both Rina and I, feeling as if that was directed towards us personally, had our hearts skip a beat.
かわいいね、かわいいね。
レナ、鼻血。
Appearances can be deceiving, huh? Well then, what about our dear leader, Mion? I stared at her as she tried to weasel her way out of her scolding by the teacher. By Rina's theory, that unrefined, calculating, conniving Mion also had a side of her that bellied... I always wondered how you're supposed to say that, hold on. Belied appearances.
じゃあなんだよ。あのミオンも見かけによらず、実はいいやつだって言いたいのかよ。
みーちゃんはいい人だよ。
あ、まあそりゃそうだけどさ。 そういう意味じゃなくて、
圭一くんの言いたい意味、わかるよ。
Catching on that I was struggling to express my feelings as words, Rina smiled even more brightly.
わかるって何がだよ。
みーちゃんって不思議でしょ。女の子なんだけど男の子みたいっていうか。
That's right. Mion was more than aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Rina said. When Mion livened up the mood, it wasn't as though she felt like a guy or a girl specifically, but a friend of the same gender.
あいつが男だったらきっと意気投合するだろうな。ってそりゃ今と同じか。
でもね、そんなみーちゃんも本当はすっごく女の子らしいんだよ。
レナ、お前ミオンにいくらもらったんだよ。
違うの。もうちゃんとした話をしてるんだよ。
Rina began to pout. Now probably wasn't the right time to joke around.
みーちゃんは部活の部長さんだからみんなのリーダーとして頑張ってるけど、本当はとっても可愛い女の子なんだよ。それ特に圭一くんには忘れてほしくないな。
Rina's gaze focused off into the distance, beyond where Mion was. The Mion that I met at Angel Mort was unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from the unfamiliar job. It was a far cry from the brash and confident Mion. Even though she had to hurry to work, she went through all the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did so not as Mion, but as Shion. So, what exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly?
多分圭一くんには想像つかないと思うな。
As if to say it was our little secret, Rina held her finger up to her lips as she giggled. Mion, finally free from the teacher's preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment.
おじさんはね、人生に必要な勉強は小学校までで十分だと思ってんだよ。
Saying that, she plopped down into her seat violently. Mion was actually really feminine. Right. I wonder if I can meet Shion again. I wanted to talk to her again. The principal waved around the bell that served as the school's chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list everyone's homework assignments.
今日は宿題が結構出そうだね。頑張らないと。
じゃあさ、レナもってことか。
何がかな。
人は見かけによらないって話。レナもってことになる
Are
の
you a
か。
murderer? Do you like to carry around big knives and needles?
圭一くんにはレナのことどう見えるかな。
The Rina Ryugu that I knew sometimes took things too far, but was generally a kind and gentle, ideal girl.
本当にだったら嬉しいかな。
If she was the opposite of what she seemed, that would make her...
逆なのだとしたら。
Just try saying it. I won't be mad. That's what I felt she meant.
レナは
レナは
逆になってもレナだよ。
This question shouldn't have been so nerve-wracking to answer. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me, but even saying that took a strange amount of effort.
ずるいな、圭一くん。そんな言い方されちゃったら気になっちゃうよ。
Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Rinna's face began to burn red with embarrassment.
レナケイちゃん帰ろう帰ろう
Mion walked over and started getting ready to go home. Whenever school is over, she really does get more noticeably energetic. It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging around my pocket on a whim, I noticed something that should be there was missing.
どうしたのケイちゃん。
いつも持ってるはずのうちの鍵がないんだよ。参ったな。どこにやっちゃったかな。親はいるから今日はいいけど、まずいよな。
それは困るね。忘れてきたの？それとも落としちゃったのかな？
Did you drop it when you fell asleep by the pipe? Which one is it? Or was it? Did I take it with me this morning in the first place? Huh?
ケイちゃん、その鍵の特徴は？
うん、キーホルダーがついてる。昔夏休みの宿題で作らせた
Oh yeah, the furry
青い
seal.
オットセイなんだよ。
あれ？目をつぶった感じでお昼寝してるみたいなやつ？
お、なんで知ってるんだよ。そうそう、それだよ。
Mion looked away and began to whistle.
さ、おとといケイちゃん、エンジェルモートに食事に行ったでしょ。その晩さ、お店で鍵の落とし物があったんだよ。それにオットセイのキーホルダーがついてた。
As she said that, she suddenly grew flustered, and added that Shion had told her about it.
あの時に落としちゃったのか。
That was a while ago.
でも見つかってよかったね。お店がきっと預かってくれてるよ。
そうだね。行ってみなよ。シオンの顔、私と同じだからわかるでしょ。
This was a rather unexpected development. Once again, I had no choice but to go and meet with Shion. But I also had to thank her for the bento from yesterday. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of Mion might be interesting. Half-jokingly, I began to think about things like this.
そうだな。エンジェルモートだっけ？シオンの店に行って鍵を返してもらって、ついでにお茶でも飲んで優雅に過ごすってのも悪くないな。
A spot of tea?
なんだか英国紳士みたいだね。ケイちゃんには似合わないかも。
ひょっとしてそのお店かな？みーちゃんの妹の働いてるお店は。
ああ、なんならレナも一緒に行くか。
ちょっと残念だけど、今日はお父さんと約束があるから、またの機会にするね。
Maybe we can disprove the Mion-Shion theory. Let's have Mion come with us. Although then again, they'll just be like, oh yeah, Shion's not here today. Rinna seemed pretty disappointed about having to miss such a great opportunity.
双子だそうだけど、そんなにそっくりなのかな？間違えるくらい？
ああ、そっくりだ。外見だけはそっくりだ。中身はミオンと違っておしとやかで実に可愛らしいのにな。
In response to my teasing, Mion pouted and began to argue with me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After all, they weren't just identical, they were the same person. After going home, I changed my clothes and dug my bike out of the garage. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Shion again gave me a mysterious feeling. Shion, a name for a different kind of Mion. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing she had fooled everyone like that. I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, like I was headed towards a new friend's house for the first time. What Rinna said about Mion actually being really feminine sprang to mind once again. The guilt from spying on another side of Mion, the self-consciousness from being the only one that knew about that side, these feelings mixed together. That was Shion for you. Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out and admitting she was Mion. It was fine to just call her Shion, right? Mion might be trying to have some fun by acting out a different persona.